Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careerscloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So friends, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 7th of July. The session will be very helpful and interesting, so do watch it till the end. Apart from this friends, you can follow me on Instagram. My Insta handle is given here. Any questions or any queries related to government exams or syllabus, you can contact me here. Before moving on to the news friends of today, let's discuss some important MCQs first, and then we will be shifting to the news part. Also friends, in yesterday's video, I saw a comment. The student was saying that we have not discussed these questions that were provided, the first 5 questions that were provided in the start of the video. So let me tell you friends, those are also important questions only. Alright, there is no specific topics or the questions will be asked from that particular topic only. So the current affairs and GS part is very vast, so questions can be anything that is going on in the current news also. All right, so coming back, these questions, these 5 questions that we have started in the first of part of this video is just for the revision purpose of the current news as well as the news of the past week or past month. So they are just for the quick revision and to help you to revise to the student, those who are knowing that content, and for those who don't know, it will be a good new thing to learn. So let's start with the first question here. Which institution has recently released the compendium of Ayush practices to manage COVID-19? It is your Niti Aayog. India's government think tank, it is Niti Aayog. So question can also be asked, what is the name of the Indian government's think tank? It is Niti Aayog, and they have released a compendium of Ayush practices to manage COVID-19. The compendium provides information focused on practices that were adopted by various states and union territories of India for strengthening the country's fight against COVID-19. So correct option here becomes Niti Aayog. Next, which institution has launched a portal that was named Pariksha Sangam? This Pariksha Sangam was launched by CBSE. It is a website, or you can say it is a portal that will provide information regarding circulars of CBSEs, various notices that will be released by CBSE, results of students, then any other circulars or other information, important information will also be provided here. This portal that is launched by CBSE, Pariksha Sangam, is based on 3 parts: Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. Ganga is the school part, is for schools. Yamuna is for regional offices, and Saraswati is the head office. So you have to remember these 3 parts also. So correct option is it was released by CBSE. Next, which institution has conducted the OBICUS, that is order books, inventories and capacity utilization survey of manufacturing companies? Remember, it is the survey of manufacturing sector. All right, it is the survey of manufacturing sector. It is, the name is OBICUS. This is conducted 4 times in a year. That means it is conducted on a quarterly basis. All right, the question asked here is that which institution conducted it? It was conducted by RBI, and the basic aim is to keep a check on the order books, on the backlogs, pending orders, total inventories and various other things. Also, you have to remember that this was the 58th round of the OBICUS that was conducted from April to June in 2022. All right, so the correct option here is RBI. Fourth question, which state or union territory passed bills to hike salaries by over 66% of its members? I repeat, which state or union territory has passed a bill to hike the salaries by over 66% of its member? It is Delhi. All right, I repeat, state, Delhi and union, or which state or union territory, that is your Delhi, has passed a bill to hike the salaries by over 66% of its members. 5 different bills were tabled to hike the salaries of ministers, MLAs, chief whip, speaker and deputy speaker, as well as leader of opposition in assembly, which were passed by the members here. So the salary of them will be increased by around 66%. Next question, what is the National Consumer Helpline in India? What is the National Consumer Helpline in India? It is 1915. The Central Consumer Protection Act, that is CCPA, has barred hotels and restaurants from adding service charge. Also remember, earlier we used to pay the service charge, but now the government has asked that no hotel or restaurants will be adding the service charge by default. That means if the customer want to pay, then only they will be able to, if they want to pay, then only they will be paying the service charge. Otherwise they don't have to pay the service charge. And if any hotel or a restaurant is forcing them to pay the service charge, then they can contact to the National Consumer Helpline, and the number for which is 1915. All right, this is important. So friends, that was all the questions for revision. Now let's shift to the news part of today. First question, first news is, recently the first edition of the state ranking index for NFSA. What is NFSA? NFSA stands for National Food Security Act. I repeat, the first edition of the state ranking index for NFSA, that is creating resilient food systems to provide optimize the delivery of benefits, June 2022 was recently released. I repeat, you have to understand that recently it was the first edition of the state ranking index for NFSA was released. And what is NFSA? It is National Food Security Act. This NFSA, National Food Security Act, was enacted on 5th of July in 2013. Alright, I repeat, it was enacted on 5th of July 2013, and recently the conference was organized to commemorate the occasion of 5th of July on 2022. In this particular report, that or the first edition of this, that was released by our Union Minister Piyush Goyal on 5th of July during the conference of food ministers of state and union territories on food, nutrition and security in India. Alright, what was the main objective here? The main objective was to deliberate and discuss the nutritional securities, food securities, best practices that are followed in public distribution system, crop diversification, reforms in public distribution system and storages. Alright, these are the main focus of it, that how should we follow the best practices that will be suitable for our food security. That means we will be able to feed a large amount of people without getting a shortage in food. As we are seeing now, food insecurity in all around the world, even many countries were dependent on India for the food, that is wheat. Apart from this, the state ranking for NFSA 2022 aims to document the status and progress of NFSA and other reform initiatives across India following the consultation with states. Also, it emphasizes the reforms that were made by states and union territories. It fosters the cross-learning and scales up the reform actions that were implemented by those particular states. Apart from this, friends, if now the question asked to you is that in this particular index, who topped? It was topped by Odisha, followed by UP and Andhra Pradesh. Then if we are talking about the smaller state, it is your Tripura that has topped into this food first edition of National Food Security ranking. And in the larger state, it was Odisha that has topped into the National Food Security rankings. Alright, then here we see the first edition of the state ranking index for NFSA. If we are talking about larger state, it was topped by Odisha, and if we are talking about smaller state, it was topped by Tripura. Alright, moving on. One more thing, yes, you have to remember that if we are talking about who is the Minister of Consumer Affairs, Foods and Public Distribution, Piyush Goyal. And Piyush Goyal was the person who inaugurated the Mango Festival also. Where was this Mango Festival held? This Mango Festival was held in Brussels. And the reason he inaugurated this Mango Festival was in order to make a market for the Indian mangoes into the foreign export. That means to even the world can recognize the quality of Indian mangoes, and in order to export Indian mangoes to different parts of the world, Piyush Goyal got the opportunity to inaugurate this mango festival. Next we are talking about Rajasthan government. Recently, Rajasthan government is set to introduce the India's first Right to Health Bill 2022 in State Assembly. I repeat, Rajasthan government is set to introduce the India's first Right to Health Bill in the State Assembly. This bill that we are talking about, it aims to provide quality and affordable healthcare services by the government and private health players. Alright, highly important. I repeat, what is the aim of this Right to Health Bill 2022? It will aim to provide quality and affordable healthcare services by the government and private healthcare providers without the catastrophic out-of-the-pocket expenditure. That means the services, the facilities, the treatment they will be providing under this bill will be very cost-effective and pocket-friendly. Coming back, which state is targeting or which state is now introducing the Right to Health Bill? It will be launched by the government of Rajasthan. Highly important, you have to remember the name of the state here. Then remember, if we talk about the healthcare facility in Rajasthan, there is a scheme that I want you all to remember, that is Mukhyamantri Chiranjeevi Swasthya Bima Yojana. I repeat, Mukhyamantri Chiranjeevi Swasthya Bima Yojana. This is a scheme of the Rajasthan government that is providing free treatment of up to 10 lakh rupees to the people, along with the accident insurance of up to 5 lakh to the families registered unto this Mukhyamantri Chiranjeevi Swasthya Bima Yojana. Alright, who is the chief minister or who is the governor of Rajasthan? Kalraj Mishra is the governor of Rajasthan, you have to remember. And if we talk about Tell me, there is a dam also in Rajasthan. It is Rana Pratap Dam. Rana Pratap Sagar Dam. This Rana Pratap Sagar Dam, this is located on which river? This is located on Chambal River. Alright. So this was your right to health bill that will be launched by Rajasthan government, and it will be a pocket friendly bill. That means it will be helping, or it will be giving treatment to the people that will be cost effective and won't be a burden to their pockets. Apart from this, you have to remember Mukhyamantri Chiranjeevi Swasthya Bima Yojana. This facility or this scheme is of which state government? It is also of Rajasthan. Moving on. Next, Digital India Week. As the name suggests, what will be here? What the topic would have been if we talk about Digital India? That means we will be digitizing India. That means everything will be shifting from offline to online. All the records will be maintained online. All right, that means even now we are seeing in the payments also that earlier we used to pay the physical money, that was the offline money, the notes or the coins we used to pay for anything per we purchase. But now with the help of digitization, we are seeing that now we are paying through the QR codes using your phones. Just scan those codes and you will be able to directly pay the person from your bank account to the bank account of the receiver. So this is digitizing. We are seeing that India is one of the most digitized nation all around the world, and also we saw that India did the maximum number of transactions, that was the 40% of the world's real-time payment that was done by India itself. On the second number, it was China with 18% of the world transactions that were done online. Also you have to remember this. All right, so coming back to the topic, recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the Digital India Week 2022 in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So very important question, who inaugurated Digital India Week? It was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What was the location where this Digital India Week 2022 took place? It was Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Alright, I repeat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Digital India Week 2022 at Mahatma Mandir in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. You have to remember this, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. It was organized by which ministry? Now this is also important, that you have to tell that the ministry that was responsible for the Digital India Week, it was your Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology. This was organized from 4th of July to 9th of July. Alright, and also it showcased the transformation of India's digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. The theme, if we talk about the Digital India Week, is catalyzing new India's decade. We did this question on this, that what was the theme of the Digital India Week 2022 that was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The theme is catalyzing new India's decade. Moving on. Next is an important news, friends, so do pay attention to this. Here we are talking about UP, that is Uttar Pradesh. It became the first state to integrate the one district, one product mart in the ONDC, that is your Open Network for Digital Commerce platform. Highly important. Question will be direct and simple, that which became the first state to integrate one district, one product mart with the ONDC, that is your Open Network for Digital Commerce platform. It was your which state? Uttar Pradesh. Alright, and this project was launched on the pilot basis by ACS Navneet Singhal. Alright, ACS is your Additional Chief Secretary of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Export Promotion. Dr. Navneet Singhal started this project on pilot basis, that means on trial basis, that is to integrate ODOP, that is Open District, one district, one product with the Open Network Digital Commerce platform. Highly important. What is the aim of this? This ONDC, that is Open Network Digital Commerce, aims to increase the revenues and access to the finance by the small business markets of India, that is small micro processing units of India. Under this ONDC, the products will be displayed on all the e-commerce portals and apps that are associated with this particular ONDP. Similarly, you can see we have Amazon, we have Flipkart. So similar to that, a product for the one district, one product mart specifically targeting this was integrated with this Open Network Digital Commerce platform. If we talk about this ONDC, this ONDC was an initiative of which ministry? This ONDC was an initiative of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Then if we talk about UP, Who is the chief minister? Yogi Adityanath is the chief minister. There are some folk dance also that you have to remember from here, that is Khayal, Nautanki. These are the folk dance of this particular state. Apart from this, remember, in order to boost the economic activities, ONDC will also provide logistic facilities to the customer, which will help in promoting the domestic products. That means logistic is to carry it from one place to another place. Though it is from to carry from supplier to the seller or from seller to the supplier in case of return. Anyways, these logistic facilities will be provided by this ONDC platform only, and which is the first state that has integrated into this ONDC platform. That is the first state that became to integrate one district, one product mart with the open network digital commerce platform was your Uttar Pradesh. Highly important question. All right, and you have to remember this. Next, we will be talking about green hydrogen. As we have discussed that green hydrogen is one of the most important, or you can say it is the fuel of future. India has also started many projects related to green hydrogen. For example, first pure green hydrogen making plant was set up where? This was set up in Jorhat, Assam. And it was set up by which organization? It was oil, that is Oil India Limited. Then other project was started in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. That was hydrogen blending with natural gas. This project was also started by GAIL, that is Gas Authority of India Limited, started this project in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and in Jorhat, Assam, it was your first pure green hydrogen. And in Indore, MP, it was hydrogen blending with natural gas. All right. So as we know, pure green hydrogen, why green hydrogen is so critically important to India's economic development? Not just India, you have to understand that green hydrogen on burning does not release any carbon. That means no carbon is released when we burn green hydrogen and release energy. Then no amount of carbon is released into the atmosphere. In fact, hydrogen H2O is released, that is water. So as you have also seen that water will not pollute the atmosphere, but carbon will pollute the atmosphere. So green hydrogen, that is the reason it is said green, that it will not pollute the environment. So green hydrogen is critical to India's economic development and net zero emission as per the Niti Aayog's report, and due to which this only report, or you can say due to these factors only, we are focusing on developing the hydrogen plants in various locations in India. So according to the report, the name of the report was Harnessing Green Hydrogen, Opportunities for Deep Decarbonization in India. This book or this report was co-authored by Niti Aayog as well as RMI, that is Rocky Mountain Institute. All right, and they tell us that how this particular green hydrogen will be helping in India or to achieve the net zero emission of the government that was set up, that to by 2070 that India will be becoming carbon neutral. This was the aim of the government of India. Other way the question can be asked is that government of India has selected what year to become carbon neutral. So in the government of India has targeted 2070 to become carbon neutral. Also, the report was released by Suman K. Berry, who is the Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog, and Amitabh Kant, who is the CEO. Are correct here? Amitabh Kant is not the new CEO of Niti Aayog. He is the former CEO of Niti Aayog. Who is the new CEO? Parmeshwaram Iyer sir is the new CEO of Niti Aayog. Next. But this report was released by them. Let me tell you, this report was released by Amitabh Kant sir, but the new appointed CEO is Parmeshwaram Iyer sir. Coming back, Milma's Ernakulam dairy set to become the India's first fully solar powered plant. I repeat, Milma's Ernakulam dairy is set to become the India's first fully solar powered plant. What is it? Let's talk about it. Recently, Dr. L. Murugan, who is the Minister of State for Fisheries and Animal Husbandry and Dairying, laid the foundation stone of 2 megawatt solar power plant at the Kerala Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation, that is famously known by the name Milma's Tripunithra Ernakulam, Kerala, to power its unit under the Ernakulam Union, mainly in Kottayam, Thrissur and Idukki. Coming back, you just have to remember that this Milma's Ernakulam dairy became the India's first fully solar powered plant, and it is where it is in the state of Kerala. So these are the two things that you have to remember. Name of the dairy, that is Milma's Ernakulam dairy, It became the first fully solar powered plant dairy, and it is located in which state? It is located in Kerala. Next we will be talking about NATO. NATO has recently signed the accession protocols for Sweden and Finland. That means now they are including Sweden as well as Finland into the NATO. So 30 ambassadors, there are 30 ambassadors of NATO, and if they sign the accession protocols for Finland and NATO, then these two nations will also become the part of NATO. The accession protocols were signed in the presence of Finnish foreign minister and Swedish foreign minister. That means now these 30 nations have signed the accession protocols for Sweden and Finland. Another way the question can be asked is that Sweden and Finland now are going to become a part of which organization? They are going to become a part of NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Alright, who is the NATO Secretary General? He is Jens Stoltenberg. Jens Stoltenberg is the Security General of NATO, and his term period is expanded till the year 2023. Alright, for Finland and Sweden to be protected from the NATO defense clause, which states that an attack on any one member of the part of nation of NATO, then it will be considered as an attack on the rest of the nations also. So it is a unity, you can say. Also, you have to remember Turkey. Turkey is opposing Sweden, the inclusion of Sweden and Finland into NATO, but now even Turkey is on the sideline, and now there is a news that yes, they will become a part of NATO, but Turkey was opposing it. So you have to remember, just an additional news, this won't be asked in your exam, but still you should know that the country that was opposing inclusion of Sweden and Finland into NATO was Turkey, and the name of Turkey was also changed. What was the new name? It was, and two dots on above U. This was the new name of Turkey that was approved by United Nations. Next, NIUA. What is NIUA? National Institute of Urban Affairs. Recently, NIUA's C-Cube, that is National Institute of Urban Affairs Climate Center for Cities, that is C-Cube, has partnered with WRI India, that is World Resource Institute of India, and they have launched a India Forum for the Nature-Based Solutions under the Cities for Forest initiative at the 11th World Urban Forum in Poland. I repeat, recently NIUA, C-Cube and WRI India has launched the India Forum for Nature-Based Solution. This is the first national coalition platform for the urban nature-based solution. It was supported by the Caterpillar Foundation, that is of the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs of Government of United Kingdom. Apart from this, what was the aim of this nature-based solution, Indian Forum for the Nature-Based Solution? The aim is to create a collective NBS, that is nature-based solutions, entrepreneurs, government entities and like-minded organization for the urban nature-based solution. That is, how can we save our environment? How can we save our nature? Only then, only the people who are willing to work towards the making our environment a better place to live, making our nature a better place to live, then only those like-minded people will be able to do this. Their strategies, their innovation, their technologies, their research and development will only create solutions that will be helping our environment or nature. This nature-based solution provides multiple ecosystem benefits and also helps in providing multiple ecosystem benefits along with mitigation measures towards growing climate change. This NBS will drive investment and strengthen delivery mechanisms through multi-stakeholder coordinations, mainstreams urban ecosystem-based services and nature-based solution in India through informing policies, plans and project interventions. Alright. Then apart from this, remember World Urban Forum, WUF. It is a premier global conference on sustainable urbanization. The 11th WUF, that is 11th World Urban Forum, was co-organized by UN Habitat, by the Poland's Ministry of Development Fund and Regional Policies. And the first edition, this was the 11th edition that was held at Poland, UN Habitat, Poland's Ministry. And if this was held at, location is UN Habitat. And if I ask you that when was the first edition of World Urban Forum was held, this was held in Nairobi, Kenya. That was in 2002. And we know in Nairobi, Kenya, it is the headquarter of United Nations Environment Program. All right, moving on. This, you can say, this is the India's first national coalition platform for urban nature based solutions. So coming back, if we revise it once more, that NIUA C-Cube, that is National Institute of Urban Affairs Climate Center for Cities, has partnered with World Resource Institute India to launch the India's Forum for Nature Based Solution, and this will be the first national coalition platform for the urban nature based solutions for India. Moving on. Here we have seen the aim also, and we have also discussed that this was the 11th World Urban Forum that was held in Poland. Next we'll be talking about Kerala Forest and Wildlife Department has tied up with South Indian Bank for the digital payment collection. Direct question and simple, remember it, that Kerala Forest and Wildlife Department has tied up with which bank for digital payment collection? It is South Indian Bank. Alright, this partnership will commence by setting up 124 point of sale, that means 124 tourist spots that fall under the Forest of Department, and any digital collection that will be done with the from these 124 point of sale or 124 tourist spots, these will be collected by which bank? They will be collected by South Indian Bank on the behalf of Kerala Forest and Wildlife Department. Next we will be talking about SBI General Insurance. SBI General Insurance has launched a Cyber Vault Edge cyber insurance cover for individuals. I repeat, SBI General has launched this Cyber Vault Edge insurance plan. This is a comprehensive cyber insurance cover for protecting individuals against financial losses arising from the cyber attacks. All right, the basic aim of this Cyber Vault Edge is to secure individuals by minimizing financial losses arising due to internet-based risk or cyber risk through a comprehensive and affordable product. So which organization launched it? It was your SBI General Insurance that have launched this Cyber Vault Edge insurance plan. Here you can see the key highlights are: it has been designed to address the risk occurring due to cybercrime and instance of reputation damage, fraudulent transactions with credit cards, debit cards, theft of personal informants, etc. It also covers unauthorized e-transactions, loss of wages resulting from identity theft, and instances impacting online reputation, including social media trolling, bullying, and stalking. All these will be covered under this Cyber Vault Edge, that is an insurance plan launched by SBI General Insurance. Next, important, mark this, we will be talking about a Ukrainian member theorist, Mariana Vizioska. I repeat, Mariana Vizioska has recently become the second woman to win the prestigious Fields Medal. I repeat, she is from Ukraine. As you can see her in the picture, she became the second woman to win the prestigious Fields Medal. What is this Fields Medal? This Fields Medal is awarded every 4 years to mathematics under the age of 40 years. I repeat, this field medal is awarded every 4 years to a mathematician who is under the age of 40 years. So recently, a Ukrainian member theorist, Mariana Vizioska, became the second woman to win this prestigious Fields Medal. You have to remember her name. She is from Ukraine also. That also you have to remember. And she became the second woman. And who was the first? She was Mariam Mirzakhani. She won the last, that because we know it is given in the year of 4, that means in the difference of 4 years. So recently it is given in 2022, before this it was in 2018, and before that it was in 2014. So in 2014 the first woman who received this field medal was Mariam Mirzakhani, and now Mariana Vizioska became the second woman who won this Fields Medal that is awarded in the field of mathematics. This is given every 4 years, and this is given to Ukrainian. This is given to mathematician under the age of 40 years of age. She is Mariana Vizioska. All right, moving on. Next news is that recently United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has appointed Lieutenant General Subramaniam as the force commander of the UNMISS. What is UNMISS? It is United Nations Mission in South Sudan. Alright, so coming back, United Nations Security General Antonio Guterres appointed Lieutenant General Mohan Subramaniam of the Indian Army as the new force commander of the UNMISS, that is United Nations mission in South Sudan, and he will be replacing whom? He will be succeeding or replacing Lieutenant General Shailesh Tinaikar. Moving on to the next, Garmin appointed Indian triathlete Kaustubh Radkar as the brand ambassador. I repeat, Garmin Limited has appointed Indian triathlete Kaustubh Radkar as the brand ambassador for its fitness segment. Directly remember. Alright, next. Also, one more thing, remember, Kaustubh Radkar is a Ironman certified coach and is the first and only in India to complete the Ironman triathlon on 30th occasions. So coming back, Kaustubh Radkar, he has been appointed as the brand ambassador for Garmin Limited, that is a brand ambassador for its fitness segment. Next, former Bihar minister and veteran social leader Narendra Singh has recently passed away. Here we are talking about obituary. So former Bihar minister and veteran social leader Narendra Singh has passed away. He was the former Bihar agriculture minister. Question will be direct and simple, that who was the former Bihar agriculture minister who recently passed away? Who was he? He was Narendra Singh. He passed away at the age of 75 in Patna, Bihar, and he passed away due to liver related illness. Next, freedom fighter and Padma Shri awardee recipient P.P. Gopinathan Nair has passed away. I repeat, a freedom fighter and a Padma Shri awardee P.P. Gopinathan Nair has passed away. If we talk about P.P. Gopinathan Nair, he passed away at the age of 100 due to age-related ailments in Trivandrum, Kerala. He was born in Kerala only. So question can be asked that from which state did he belong? He belonged from Kerala. He received Padma Shri in 2016 for his contribution to society in the field of social work. So in 2016, he received Padma Shri for social work. You can see, so who passed away? P.P. Gopinathan Nair, who was from Kerala. He was a freedom fighter who received Padma Shri in 2016 for social work, has recently passed away. Next, World Zoonosis Day. Zoonosis is a disease that is carried from animals to humans. It is your zoonos. So World Zoonos Day is observed on 6th of July. Remember this. Next is GRSE. GRSE is, what is the full form of GRSE? It stands for Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. That is a public sector enterprise of the Ministry of Defense. Just remember it. So GRSE has recently signed an agreement with West Bengal government to construct a next generation electric ferry. As you can see, it is a ferry. It will be used by various fishermen also, the Department of Indian Coast Guard also, and various other private players will also use this ferry for traveling purpose, for tourist purpose, for shipping, for fishing, and many other things. So recently GRSE has become the organization that has signed an agreement with West Bengal government to construct the next generation electric ferry, and which was the biggest electric cruise ship that was built by which country? It was built by China. Alright, so remember GRSE, it is Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, will be developing the ferry for the West Bengal government. Alright, next generation electric ferry for the West Bengal government. So that was your news, friends. Now quickly let's revise all the news in one go. First edition of state ranking index for NFSA was released, and in this, if we are talking about larger state, it was Odisha that has topped it, and if we are talking about smaller state, it was your Tripura. Then Rajasthan government is set to introduce the India's first right to health bill in 2022 in State Assembly. PM Modi has inaugurated Digital India Week 2022 that was held in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Fourth is UP became the first state to integrate ODOP, that is one district one product mart, with the Open Network Digital Commerce Platform, and this was launched by ACS, that is your additional Chief Secretary Navneet Sehgal has launched this project on pilot basis. So UP, that is Uttar Pradesh, became the first state to integrate one district one product mart with Open Network Digital Commerce Platform. Next is Niti Aayog has released a report on green hydrogen. That is, green hydrogen is critical for Indian economy, and to make Indian economy, or to make India carbon neutral by 2070, that was the target of India. Government of India to make India carbon neutral is 2070, and to achieve this target we will be needing green hydrogen. Next is 47th GST Council 2022 was released, and in this GST rates have been revised and various recommendations has been done. Next is Milma's Arnakulam Dairy said to become the India's first fully powered solar power plant, that is in Kerala. Next, PM Modi's visit to Germany and UAE, and Germany hosts the G7 summit for 2022. Remember this is important. That G7 summit for the year 2022 will be hosted by G stands for Germany. NATO signs the accession protocols for Sweden and Finland. NIUA, CQ and WRI, they have launched the India's Forum for Nature-Based Solutions. South India Bank has partnered with Kerala Forest and Wildlife Department for the digital payment collection in these particular areas. SBI General Insurance has launched cyber insurance cover for individuals, that is Cyber Vault. They will be helping. This is a insurance plans for helping people to be safe from the cyber threats. Next is Field Medal 2022 was recently given. This field medal is given in the field of mathematics. It is given to any mathematician who is below the age of 40 years of age, and this is given in the gap of 4 years. So recently Ukrainian mathematician Mariana Vizioska became the second woman to win this field medal in the year 2022. Next, United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has appointed Lieutenant General Subramanian as the force commander of the UNMISS. Garmin Limited has appointed triathlete Kaustubh Radkar as their brand ambassador for fitness brand. Next is CCI has approved the acquisition of Citrix System Incorporation by Vista and Elite. Next is former Bihar minister and veteran socialist leader Narendra Singh has passed away. Next, freedom fighter and Padma Shri awardee PP Gopinathan has passed away. He was awarded with Padma Shri in the year 2016 in the field of social affairs, or you can say social work. Next is World Zoonosis Day. It is observed on 6th of July. And what is zoonosis? These are the diseases that are carried from animals to humans. Then GRSE and West Bengal inks a pact to construct next generation electric ferry. This is also important. All right, GRSE important. So that's all for the day, friends. I hope you have enjoyed our session. These questions that we did in the first part, that was 5 questions, and then these one-liner formats, they are very important to you. Anything that you find interesting and in one-liner format that you think that these are the questions or this is the information that can be asked in future in our exam, I want you to note it down because they are very important. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. Also, friends, if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. As you know, the value of your comment is very high. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.